History does not remember the day the sky went black. It has been 300 years since the sun vanished. Generations have been born, lived, and died without ever knowing the color blue. We live in the age of ash, a world frozen in a permanent, suffocating midnight. When the darkness first fell, the old world tried to fight it. The wisest elders from every nation gathered. They built a colossal machine on the highest peak, the Sun Project. It was meant to be a mechanical star, a savior made of iron and glass. But the machine never turned on. The elders died in shame, the nations fractured, and hope became a dangerous word. Now we are divided. The world is ruled by the cold. But in the shadows of a forgotten village, a boy named Elian found something the elders missed. He found a map, not a map of land, but a diagram of the machine. It showed that the machine wasn't broken. It was locked. It required 3 ciphers, 3 ancient keys scattered across the most dangerous corners of the earth. Elian was small. He was weak. But he looked at the shivering children of his village, and he made a choice. He would not die in the dark. Elian's journey began in the deep earth. He traveled to the mines of the Hollow Men. These people had lived underground for so long they had lost their sight. They relied on sound, on echoes. They guarded the first cipher, the gear of Titan. They surrounded Elian in the dark, their spears clicking against the stone. "Why are you here, surface walker?" their leader hissed. "The sun is a myth." Elian didn't draw a weapon. He spoke the truth. "You cannot see the dark," he told them, "but your children freeze just like ours." He didn't fight them. He traded with them. He gave them the last canister of fuel from his village, warmth for a week, in exchange for the heavy, rusted gear. The Hollow Men let him pass, not because they believed in the sun, but because they had never felt warmth given freely before. He had the first key, but the road was only getting harder. The second cipher lay across the Sea of Razors. Here the Frostwalkers ruled. They were not like the Hollow Men. They were savage. They believed the darkness was a god, and the cold was its judgment. They hunted Elian for sport. For 3 days he ran. He was cut, bleeding, freezing. He found the second cipher, the lens of quartz, buried in the ribs of an ancient beast. But the Frostwalkers cornered him on a cliff edge. The chieftain raised his axe to kill the boy. "The sky is dead," the chieftain roared. "Accept your fate." Elian held up the quartz lens. Even in the moonlight, it caught a tiny flicker of starlight and amplified it. A beam of pure focus. He didn't use it as a weapon. He shone it on the chieftain's face. For a second, the savage warrior saw light. Stunned by the beauty of it, the chieftain lowered his axe. Elian didn't win through strength. He won through wonder. He took the lens and walked away, leaving the warriors kneeling in. 2 keys in hand, 1 to go. The final journey led him to Obsidian Peak. This was where the Sun Project stood. But it was not abandoned. A city had been built around the machine. This was the City of Greed. The warlord who ruled here had found the 3rd cipher, the core, years ago. But he didn't use it to start the sun. He used the core's residual power to electrify his walls, to build weapons, to keep himself warm while the refugees outside froze to death. He was using the savior of the world as a battery for his castle. Elian walked to the gates. He was battered, exhausted. He demanded entry. They laughed at him. The warlord sat on his throne of warm iron and sneered. "You want to waste this power on the sky?" the warlord asked. "Power is for those who can hold it." But Elian had the Hollow Men's gear and the Frostwalker's lens. He combined them. A pulse of energy knocked the guards back. The people of the city, the slaves, the poor, saw the boy fighting for them. They rose up. A riot of hope. While the city burned in rebellion, Elian fought his way to the top of the tower. He defeated the warlord, not with a sword, but with sheer will. He tore the core from the warlord's machine. The city went dark. Silence fell. Elian stood alone at the foot of the great machine. He had done it. He had united the keys. He had survived the wars. With trembling hands, Elian inserted the gear, the lens, and the core into the Sun Project. He pulled the lever. The machine groaned. Sparks flew. The gears turned, and then Nothing. The lights flickered and died. The machine went cold. Elian fell to his knees. Why? He screamed at the silent sky. I did everything. I brought the keys. For hours he wept. He tried to fix the wires. He tried to force the gears. He thought he had failed. He thought the elders were fools. But as he lay there, defeated, he saw an inscription on the base of the machine. Hidden under centuries of rust, it read, "To wake the star, you must give it a heart." Elian stopped breathing. He realized the mistake of the elders. They thought the machine needed fuel. Coal, oil, electricity. But to create a sun, to create life, you need life. The machine was a converter and turned it into light. Elian looked down at the world below. He saw the fires of the riot in the city. He saw the vast dark emptiness beyond. He knew what he had to do. There was no way to walk back down that mountain. I will not see it, he whispered. But they will. He stepped into the containment chamber. He placed his hands on the conductors. It didn't hurt. It felt like coming home. He closed his eyes, and he let go. The explosion was silent. A shockwave of pure gold swept across the obsidian walls. The machine roared, not with gears, but with a heartbeat. Elian's heartbeat. The heavy black clouds, which had held the world for 300 years, began to burn away. First violet, then red, then a blinding beautiful white. Down in the valleys, people fell to their knees. All the places the boy visited were now coming out, staring at the sun. From their deep caves, the hollow men emerged, tentative, touching the warmth for the first time in centuries. On the cold peaks, the frostwalkers lowered their weapons. All the scattered nations stood together, unified by the dawn. Elian was gone. He never saw the sun rise. But every morning, when the golden light hits the snow and warms the earth, the world remembers the boy who gave his tomorrow, so we could have ours.